Steve, good morning.
Good morning.
And you were out last night, weren't you?
I was in Warrington last night, Park Hall. It was, yeah, it was interesting.
Was it? Why? I mean, it must be fun to be back, mustn't it?
It's massively fun, and this was only the fourth gig that I've done on this tour, and this is a tour that was meant to be happening, so that show was put off from the lockdown period. So this first part of the tour are all the rescheduled shows. So people have had the tickets for nearly 2 years because they bought them 6 months in advance if it was meant to happen. So you're turning up, and obviously there's some empty seats where people have split up. Or awkward. Yeah, they're awkward. But no, because they're sold out. There's an atmosphere in there that's just brilliant, and it's hard to kind of get your head around. We've not been allowed to do it for so long.
Do you think people are a bit more leery as well because they've not been able to, to do this sort of thing for a long time? Must be nice for you to be on stage and for them to be sat in the audience.
Yeah, there's just that first moment when you come on stage. The first gig on the tour was in Canterbury, and just walking on stage and everybody realising that it's actually happening. It's great. The buzz of it's fantastic. So everyone thinks all comedians have been at home and gone, oh, I've got 2 years now to write a load of material.
Yeah.
And because the reason I do loads of warm-up gigs is I develop it on stage, because it's not, to me, comedy is not like music. It's not like writing an album where you go into a studio. You have to say something. It's got to leave your mouth. And if people laugh, it's funny. And if it's not, you shouldn't have said it. And you don't know unless you do it. So I need to be on stage.
Yeah.
So I've not been able to write anything because nothing's happened.
You've not seen anyone.
I literally live my life hoping something funny happens, that I've been sent home. And the one thing I have been doing, which is Doctor Who, I've not been able to tell anyone.
Oh, no, so what can you tell us then?
Not a lot. I got told off. The BBC have this kind of thing because there's a storyline. I got told off on one aspect because I did a Zoom talk with some acting students in Liverpool, and they were saying, can you tell us anything about the character? And I said, well, I don't know what you want to know. They said, well, is he from Liverpool? And I said, yeah. And then it got onto some Whovian website all the characters from Liverpool. And the BBC press office phoned me up and said, shouldn't have done that. You've give a secret away. And I said, how good an actor do you think I am? I didn't give anything away. Nobody was expecting anything else.
Expecting you to be from Scotland or something.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't going to come in and be from the Bronx, was I? It's going to be me in Doctor Who.
Was it fun to do though?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's not finished. We're still filming now. It's been brilliant. It's iconic, and the first day that you're on the TARDIS is like exciting, and Jodie is, Mandip, just superb. The whole crew's brilliant to be involved with, but also like you working here, we've been doing it under COVID, so everyone behind the camera has got a mask on. So I've been working with people for nearly a year. I don't know what the chin looks like. So it's, the leaving dude's going to be strange because it'd be like the first time I've met them.
You can tell us, so you are the companion, are you allowed to tell us that?
Well, we're now called friends.
OK.
Right.
So I'm the Doctor's friend.
Don't we know your name as well? Are you
Dan.
Dan, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Dan Lewis. And I'm a plasterer from Liverpool.
And at what point are the BBC press office going, what?
Yeah, plasterer! Right, you said plasterer! God, no, all the Hooverans are going out plastering things because of you.
And part of your, just to jump back to the tour, I wanted to ask you about this Give It a Go thing you've got as part of your tour.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Well, one of the things that I didn't do many Zoom gigs at all because it felt odd to me, but the couple I did, I noticed there was a number of people sat on their own watching the comedy at home, and I thought they wouldn't normally come to a gig because when you go to a gig in the interval, people get the phones out and so on. And I got a friend, Joe, who started this campaign when he lived in Weymouth, getting people on buses to talk to each other by just wearing a badge saying, give it a go, say hello. It was a very simple thing. And I thought, if you take entertainment, you've got something in common, you're all in the same place at the same time on the same day. But you never normally speak to anyone who you didn't come with. So we're going to start this campaign, we're linking it to a few mental health charities, but also some activity charities, just to say, when you arrive at the venue, you can put a badge on, it's an icebreaker. So, yeah, I'm not saying it's a dating thing. What I'm saying is, I can look at you as two blokes going to an event, we would never talk to each other. But if you've got a badge going, you can just say hello. You go hello, and it might just break the ice because we've been so isolated for so long. it's just a way of getting people who don't know each other connected again, so that in the interval they're not on the phone to talk to somebody they don't know.
That is interesting, isn't it? So a lot of people do go to comedy on their own, yes?
Yeah. As I'm sure people go to other things.
Or the cinema,
Again, it's not necessarily just about people on their own, because, look, I mean, I've been home for 18 months with my wife. I'm desperate to talk to somebody else as well. Most people go, and they go with people that they know, but they're going to a shared experience, so it's a nice thing to say hello to others. And
like the rest of the world, you also launched a podcast during lockdown, didn't you?
Well, that just came about through, a friend of mine, a writer and actor, Tony Pitt. He was interested in words, so we've come up with this podcast called Three Little Words, where it's like Desert Island Disc, but with words. Guests come on with words that mean something to them, and then we use that as the crutch to interview them. It's been brilliant, and you know, we're lucky enough Amazon Music backed it, so it's on Amazon, and that has been a real interesting thing, because language and words matter to everybody, but during this time when people are reading more, and it's been great, some of the guests that we've had on.
I think we've got the BBC press office on hold for you.
Yeah, but they'll just be waiting for you outside. All right.
They're all out there going, God, they want to walk out. They're going to go, you're actually not inducted.
John, lovely to see you.
The tour's called Right Here, Right Now, isn't it?
Right Here, Right Now, which is the app name, really, isn't it?
And it runs until May 2022. Thank you very much for coming in. All the best with it.
And Louise, I'm glad to be in one of your last shows.
Thank you. I've got to say this. It's 8:59. But thank you.